And now we can talk about the mechanical thing that is messing with us.
Nice.
Flippy update.
Do you want fries with that?
That's right, folks. Whoa, excuse me. Time for the Flippy update. If you don't know, Flippy is our colloquial name for the disembodied robot arms that are taking our jobs, enslaving our children, and flirting with our spouses. We use talking about Flippy as a way to explore all the new, fun, and exciting ways that robots are taking over the world. Now there's nothing we can do about it. Today, the Flippy update is coming from powerengineeringint.com. Power Engineering International. Ooh. And the headline is Robot Arms to Protect Staff During Nuclear Waste Categorization. UK-based system integrator Delkia is working on a project with robotics company Kawasaki to develop and test software to control a robotic arm used in nuclear waste categorization. According to Delkia, operators currently dismantle equipment and manually sort contaminated materials while wearing PPE like gloves and air-fed suits. This means staff must work near potentially dangerous nuclear substances. The partners aim to use the project to enhance worker safety, ensuring maximum protection and from radioactive materials. Quote, having robot-led waste categorization processes in the nuclear industry is one way to ensure workers are kept safe from radioactive exposure, said Stuart Shane, UK marketing and sales manager at Kawasaki Robotics. Oh, good. We're getting it from the marketing and sales manager. Quote,
yeah, good stuff.
Manual management of nuclear waste is also costly and time-consuming, particularly in the current employment climate, where many industries must cope with labor shortages. I would love to see the numbers on the labor shortages on nuclear trash man, because that's basically what's going on here. They sift through, radioactive material. Separating out the radioactive from the non-radioactive material, which, look, in this job climate, when power is sort of being handed back to the worker and people are reassessing their lives, I don't know how much these guys get paid. I know the regular waste management guys, they get paid okay.
Is this up the ladder for them? Is there a career path for people?
You work your way up from neighborhood waste management professional to nuclear waste management.
Yeah, a guy driving truck. He's like, I've driven did the trash truck for 10 years. Time for me to move up to something bigger. Now you got these robot arms.
Yeah, well,
seems like a career path to me.
It's something, yeah. According to Shane, the nuclear industry is increasingly looking to machinery to perform the repetitive and often dangerous tasks associated with waste categorization. Quote, the final model will be able to sort and manage different categories of nuclear waste, making it safer and more cost-effective than current industry processes. We look forward to collaborations with the Delkia team, added Shane. The first step is to build the robot. No kidding. I mean, I'm no robotic professional. I am an enthusiast, and some might say I'm the premier robot critic in the world, but I'm no professional robot man. But I agree.
If we made an announcement that we're doing a podcast, would we ever get the kind of attention, get it in a magazine? Or an article, and then our comment is, the first step is to make the podcast, and then we will have a podcast.
The first step in podcasting is recording a podcast.
Yeah.
And much like robotics, the first step is to build the robot, after which Delkia will develop, integrate, and test the software. The software will control the movements, safety critical functions of the robot. Quote, we've been tasked with building and optimizing the system prior to active commissioning. I feel like somebody had a word count that they had to reach on this article. It's like, first we must build the robot, and we must build the robot before the robot is active and commissioned. This Mark Sisson.
They're really stretching out this idea.
Multiple
sentences.
This is interesting. Build-to-print contracts like these are great opportunities for us to combine our experience in software development and integration with Kawasaki's extensive technical input and accessible engineer support. This is important for us during the programming stage because if we need some guidance, it's immediately made available. First, we got to build the robot. And we got to build the robot before we can use the robot. And before we can use the robot, we got to call Kawasaki, and they got to tell us how to use and build the robot. So that's why we're really enjoying this. So good job, Delkia. But I thought this was fascinating. Admittedly, I think putting robots, around nuclear waste is definitely safer for human beings, as objectively a lot of robot replacements. Some of them are safer, but you don't see Flippy, the burger flipping robot, being advertised as like it's going to save lives necessarily.
Right.
But it this had a bit of a vibe of like, there's going to be a lot more nuclear contaminated waste in the future. I mean, right. Russia, Ukraine, Putin was talking about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and the destruction of a nuclear facility, and only the mutants at the bottom of a lake will survive. We're going to need these robots. It's got a very Wall-E feel,
Yeah.
When the world is destroyed by the hubris of man, these cute little guys will go rolling around, and we'll be very grateful that they will separate. They kept calling it nuclear waste, which, of course, could be in regards to nuclear power plants and such, as if there's like enough of those to go around. But perhaps they're preparing because all of our waste will have radiation attached to it. Our candy bar wrappers, or perhaps even human waste will need to be handled by robots someday.
Yeah, I don't like what it portends with the theory that we're going to be around a lot more nuclear waste, and we're going to have those robots ready because we're going to need to really wade through all that. Because especially with the Russia thing, if they do, or whoever shoots the nukes, Uri Geller was saying that the aliens would stop it. Maybe the aliens don't show up on time. It's a biblical thing. The Prince of Persia in the book of Daniel. Yeah. Daniel waited like 3 weeks or something. It's like, what are you doing? He was battling another prince of the air there. But yeah, so they don't show up in time. The aliens don't make it. Sorry. Yeah, and a little collateral damage. Hey, look, you guys are advanced enough. We gave you the technology, 100 years ago to make robots, and here you look at you. With the robot arms cleaning up all the mess you made with the nukes. Taking care of
yourselves there. Yeah.
It's all prepared.
You got to pair the nuclear waste categorization robots with the sewer surveillance.
Yes.
So you know who the first victim to having the radioactive.
I'm not looking forward to nuclear COVID. That variant is going to be nasty.
Yeah, right.
Nasty.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Super monkeypox tick.
Well, there is your Flippy update for the day, everybody.
Excellent.